Look at this. Like, I work outside. Jeez, my God, the tan on my face is so bad. Like,
are you wearing sunglasses?
Yeah,
as
do you
well?
wear those big sunglasses?
No, I just have my brow just hangs over my eyes.
Do you have a
look at that. This is where my hair sits, so I have it there. And then this is where my mask is, which is why the bottom half of my face is like completely white, and I have like that. So I have to sit outside with a mask on, and it's this
rough.
part of my face isn't getting tan.
You're gonna be a raccoon man by the end of the summer.
I'm gonna look really weird.
I wonder if like AI can determine based on like sunburns on the face, like what kind of face mask or sunglasses people wear.
That's
and then,
interesting.
Like, promote, that kind of brand of sunglasses or face mask on their social media.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that app?
There's an artist who, as a response to like AI recognizing faces, he mass-produced like a Halloween mask that is his face, and he puts his face over his face, and it's like super trippy.
So you should do that, Colin. Just get a face mask of your own self.
No, take a photo of the bottom half of your face, and then make your mask the bottom half of your face.
Yeah. But like tanner. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Good Comedy Podcast. My name is Colin. Good. Next.
I'm John. And yeah, Lord is kind of like a prettier Jesus.
And then we also have our special guest for the week.
Is that my cue? Hi,
yeah.
And I'm Landon. How the heck are you?
Landon, what's going on?
Oh, not too much,
We have this. That's about as structured as it gets around here.
Oh, okay. These rules are so strict. I can't follow.
For those of you not familiar with Landon, he's the producer, director, writer, I don't know what your titles are, for Walsh Films on YouTube.
Yeah, so that's my personal channel, where I've been making short films and video essays probably since middle school. It's called Walsh Films because my dad came up with the name because I was in middle school. But lately, my latest project has been doing a podcast series that I started in quarantine called Cultural Osmosis, and that's been my latest project as of late, I guess. I said late so many times.
Hell yeah. And what exactly do we cover in the Cultural Osmosis?
So it started, like I said, in quarantine. It was really, I missed talking about pop culture with friends and stuff. It was just like 4 months of me in my apartment watching the latest, hottest new pop culture thing, and then I just like, well, there you go. So I kind of like, I wanted to create a podcast that kind of encapsulated that. So every episode I try to bring on a guest who I kind of loosely deem as like an expert in that film series or TV series and stuff. And we just kind of talk about literally every talking point that's popular around that subject. And kind of the goal is that a person can come in off the street and listen to the episode, and they too by the end will become an expert in that thing. And it kind of started because my girlfriend Lindsay is diehard into Game of Thrones, and I have not seen a single episode. And it got to the point where like I heard her talking about it to her friends so much that I could have full-on fluent conversations with Game of Thrones fans about things that were happening without seeing a single episode, and be like, oh yeah, when that thing happened, oh but that character sucks, right? Mm-hmm. And then so kind of
through the conversation. That's incredible.
fake it till you make it. So the goal is to like, if you listen to this podcast, then you too can become a fake expert in that subject matter.
Absolutely. from what I understand, a certain Good Comedy member has been on such a show. Colin?
Yeah, Colin.
Yeah.
You want to talk about how that went?
What are you an expert of, Colin?
I guess I'm a Star Wars expert.
Ooh.
We talked for 90 minutes about Star Wars, and then I brought him back last week when he had a worse microphone to do a sequel episode about the Mandalorian season 1 and 2, which just wrapped, and a little sneak peek for coming weeks, I guess. John's going to be my next guest, so look forward to that.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude, I am neck deep in Michael Cera research. I'm developing a Cera-verse, and it's incredible. So
I'm looking forward to the Ceraverse so much. It's going to be a good discussion.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we usually at this time kind of go into the news segment. Colin, do you have any news?
Honestly, like, what? Good.
News.
All right. What news is there? You know?
That about sums it up. News.
What's even happening these days?
I don't know. Just trying to find, like, entertainment news, but all of it sucks.
News is subjective.
News is subjective.
Loki is so popular that they announced that all Disney Plus shows from now on are going to premiere on Wednesday nights instead of Friday nights, like Loki.
Really?
That's right. I think I saw something like that. That's
Which is dumb.
It is a little strange. Like, why would that be the factor? Sure, Loki can be a popular show, but why does that affect the day of show's released? That doesn't make much sense to me.
It just, I have a little story about it, but like the tangent basically to summarize is, so my job involves a lot of social media surfing. Like, I'm in charge of the social media at my company, so like I see spoilers by 7 a.m. Like if it's out, I see spoilers by 7 a.m. And my story is, it was the premiere day. It was Friday of the last episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian. And like came into work, sat down, opened my laptop, and it was a spoiler of the finale, and I was like, good God. So like, and then I don't really have a lot of time on Wednesdays to watch stuff, so it's like an extra 48 hours I have to spoiler dodge on social media.
Oh, no.
And I was like, can Disney Plus shows premiere on Saturdays? Like, that would be great, you know?
Now you're screwed.
Yeah, I know. Now I'm like, oh my God, shows on Wednesdays until the end of time. I'm just never
Might as well quit watching television from now on.
I had there was kind of a twist in the second episode of Loki, and that was spoiled for me at 9 a.m. Like I pretty much have to come to the realization that a twist will never not be spoiled for me until the end of time, which kind of sucks. But you know, you win some, you lose some.
You get paid for spoilers, at least. That's nice.
I guess. That's the job description.
Owen Wilson kind of killing it.
He's doing amazing.
Have you two seen the first episode?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's mostly just Owen Wilson and Loki like sitting in a room and chatting back and forth, and Owen's bringing a whole lot to the table.
He's killing it. Like, he's like, his acting super good. He's like happy to be there. It's like super good. It's super, yeah.
I think Owen's like one of those actors that you kind of just shove to the side. Oh, he's from, you know, he's the supermodel guy who's super hot right now, or whatever the fuck.
From Zoolander.
From Zoolander, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, he's got that range, and he kicks ass whenever he does a serious role, and I don't know. Mm-hmm. He's underappreciated in my book.
That's accurate. Yeah. He just did like a super serious movie a couple of years ago about like a terrorist thing or something. I don't know. He's got range. That's all I'm saying.
I only remember that trailer of him jumping from one building to the next.
That's like some sort of event where it's like, oh no, the country's collapsing and we're on vacation here.
But it's also Owen Wilson. We're gonna vacation in probably the most, unstable country there is, and I'm Owen Wilson. Yeah. There's a lot of. There's some actors who you're just like, I'll never take you seriously, no matter how hard they try to be serious. Maybe like Nick Cage is a popular example. I think Owen Wilson is another one.
I don't know. I'll watch any Nick Cage film, and I try not to laugh at him, but with him. And I think that's pretty easy to do these days. He's in on the joke. He's in on it. He knows what he's doing.
What was that theme park or Five Nights at Freddy's Nick Cage movie?
Willy's Wonderland is one of the greatest films in cinema history, and Nick Cage doesn't say a word. It's the best movie ever.
I can't believe it.
He doesn't talk in the movie?
All he does is crush down cans of soda, play paintball or whatever it's called, and beats up animatronic monsters.
As one does.
He kind of has this weird kind of love story between him and the paintball machine, where he like cleans it up, really shines it down, and it's like real sensual. It's a real kind of sensual, like him cleaning this game, and then he's just like goes to town and starts playing paintball, and it's like, okay, like, I'm okay with this.
It's a metaphor.
Yeah. That's the sex scene of the film. Yeah.
It's god. Ooh. Don't watch it with your parents, folks.
Yeah, don't watch it with your parents.
It's not comfortable.
So I've got a segment. I don't know if what we've landed on, but I've got a segment that could be broken up in between segments, and it's called
completely
Mystery
inaudible.
Corner.
You did okay.
Yeah, his mic.
You been
Don't
practicing?
My mic got it. It's called Mystery Corner, and I'm going to be reading you a short mini mystery that you need to solve. And this one in particular is called A Key Conundrum. Grandpa Evans paused in the living room and tapped a fingertip against his chin, thinking. Tofu, ever alert, trotted over with a hopeful wag of his tail and plucked himself at Grandpa's feet. If Grandpa was reaching for a leash, Tofu was interested. If Grandpa was considering a snack, Tofu was even more interested. One thing Tofu had learned about Grandpa and snacks: if Grandpa started a snack, some would end up on the floor. Tofu knew not to jump up, but if something fell, well, it was a beagle's duty to clean it up. Grandpa's daughter, Wendy, stuck her head around the corner from the kitchen. "Did you lose something, Dad?" "Not lost, no," he mused, peering beneath a book. "I've put my keys down somewhere and..." He picked up a magazine on a stand, but by the door and looked up under it. "I have a meeting at the senior center and the keys are gone." "Where was the last time you remember seeing them?" "On the peg, by the door. I always... but they're gone." Right," Wendy nodded. "Where else have you looked?" "Everywhere. I've looked. I'm in the middle of getting stuff in the oven, but maybe Michael can help you." "I can help, Grandpa," Annie said. "You sent Michael to the store, Mom." She held up a Nancy Drew book. "I'm a detective. That's what detectives do." "Well, you try it, dear, and if you haven't found them by the time I'm done here, I'll give Grandpa a ride." Annie took Grandpa's hand and started back down the hall to see where he had been. Tofu, disappointed, trudged behind. And that's part one of the mystery corner.
You can't leave me on the...
Oh, God.
There's two more parts, so think about what you heard. and we'll get back to it.
I have to have recall for this? Oh my
Grandpa
god.
is looking for his keys. The dog eats stuff off the floor.
And Annie is a detective.
Yeah.
Alright. Predictions. Tofu's not a dog.
I was thinking about that too. It never explicitly said Tofu is a dog.
It never said Tofu's a dog. I bet Tofu's a small child. I'm just kidding.
Very interesting.
Horse. Is inside.
That makes a world of difference right there. Okay. So what's next? Do we, Landon? Would you happen to have a guest segment?
I don't know.
A guest segment?
Yeah, this is, I don't know, guest segment, or I don't know what he's doing. I don't know.
Guest segment is literally anything you want to talk about.
Okay.
Oh, anything I want to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Y'all get any? Obviously, I love talking about pop culture. Do you guys have any controversial hot takes? And then I will debate them heavily because I have very strong pop culture opinions. Also, you talked about.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you've talked about a few things in the past on the podcast. I can answer any questions as well.
Oh, interesting. Was there anything we said previously that you disagree with, Landon?
I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan, so I can finally answer questions about how confusing it is. Did you talk about the Snyder Cut? Because I can defend that until the cows come home.
Snyder Cut.
We watched the Snyder Cut, all right.
Mm-hmm. And it's a masterpiece, as you know it is.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
As bad. It can hold its own with Marvel.
It ended with Martian Manhunter being like, "Hi, Batman, I'm here. See you later."
That was...
Guess what? I was here the whole time.
That was Zack Snyder confirming a fan theory.
Okay, but here's a question then. Sure, Martian Manhunter is very secretive about his identity. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But it seems like if he's trying to protect the world, why wouldn't he be fighting doughy-eyed bad guy as well? What's the doughy-eyed bad guy again?
Steppenwolf? Is that who you're talking about?
Oh, yeah,
Steppenwolf was so cute.
The cute guy, yeah.
I liked his armor.
They gave him such, like, beautiful baby blues.
Baby blues.
Yeah, that was just
Shit,
like,
so-
he looks so
well, you
sad.
know, eyes are the window to the soul, so, you know, that's how you relate to him on a personal level.
Sure, he's created so many mass genocides, but he's just a little boy.
He's just misunderstood.
He's a misunderstood boy.
Yeah. And
Also, Batman really loves his guns and shooting alien life.
Zack
He does
Snyder's
love that.
Batman. Snyder's Batman sucks. Ben Affleck's Batman. There's videos about it. They body count. They do a body count for Batman versus Superman, but he kills 35 people in Batman versus Superman, and then like full on uses a machine gun. But anyway, I don't mean to rehash old podcast topics. So anything you want to bring up, go ahead.
I don't know. Did we talk about the fact that Wonder Woman's theme song got completely changed to like Greek mourning music?
Like Greek wailing. Yeah.
She's going around beating the shit out of people and murdering people, and in the background it's just someone like wailing about their dead husband or something like that. It's absolutely out of place.
It's because it's edgy.
Yeah,
It's edgy.
that's a very Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder's thing is like ironic music. Like every film he's done is ironic music. Like Army of the Dead had ironic music, and then like the whole Aquaman scene in the Snyder Cut where he's like walking down the pier to like a country song. Like it's one of his director things is sarcastic, like ironic music. So it is a little weird and jarring, but J.J. Abrams loves lens flares, so
That's true. One thing I did appreciate though, Zack had it right the first time with Batman v Superman. One of the few things he got right in that film was giving Wonder Woman like the heavy metal like guitar riff type
it's a
music.
cool theme. It's cool.
And it's very reminiscent of his 300 days back when he was like messing with like Leonidas and all that. It was very heavy metal in that film, and it was very reminiscent of that.
300. Oh man, I miss the early days of pre-MCU comic book movies. Like, I don't. People love to rag on them, but like, that's all there was back then. There was not a formula, and like, I've been showing them to people. Like, I grew up with them, so I'm fine with them. But like, they're a wild time, man. Like, I don't know if you've watched Fantastic Four recently. That movie has no plot until like the last 15 minutes. It is literally they all get their powers and they hide in the penthouse, and it's 90 minutes of them pranking each other with their powers, and then in the last 15 minutes Doctor Doom shows up. Like, it was just the Wild West for comic book movies.
That actually sounds pretty cool now, actually.
Go watch it right now. It's so crazy. Yeah.
All right, let's pause the podcast and stop.
Man, that Fantastic Four movie was crazy.
That was so good. Colin, what did you think of Fantastic Four?
I'm not. I
have no idea. Captain
No words. No words.
Set himself on fire.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
well.
Here comes the next segment.
Oh no, it's part 2.
We're back. We're back to the mystery corner. Gotta keep it moving. So if you remember,
the grandpa did it.
The grandpa lost his keys. His daughter is too busy cooking, and his granddaughter Annie is on the case with her Nancy Drew book.
Don't forget the son's at the grocery store. Is that also what's going on?
That's right.
And then there's
the son is at the grocery
and
store.
then Tofu the small horse. Okay.
Tofu the speculated small horse is following along for some treats.
Does the son not have the keys because he's out?
Well, maybe we should keep reading.
Colin, you can't solve it. You can't solve it before part 2 starts.
Okay. They tried the bathroom, where Grandpa had stopped to splash on the stuff he called skunk water, which he said made him smell swell for the ladies at the center.
That's
no
very
keys.
Old person thing.
Onto his bedroom. The dresser had bottles and some laundry. He hadn't put away yet. He lifted the laundry in case the keys were under it, but no. He lifted his eyebrows in a question to Annie. The kitchen? She nodded. I hope I don't have to get another car, he grinned. Very solemn. Annie said, Michael's always saying we need another car. He loves cars, but Mom says, no way. That would be an expensive way to replace a key, wouldn't it? Grandpa said, as Annie agreed it would be. What would Nancy Drew do now? When you look everywhere it should be, it's time to look somewhere it shouldn't be. Grandpa said, looking thoughtful. That sounds more like your mother than Nancy Drew. Annie grinned and shrugged. And that's part 2.
Michael clearly has the keys.
Yeah, the son has the keys because he's out and he doesn't have a car.
Yeah, he says that he wishes there was 2 cars.
Yes, and he's at the grocery store. He has the keys.
But guys,
Oh my god.
if Michael has the keys, why did we spend so much time on tofu
because
snacks?
it's because the real thing is to throw so much information at you that you wind it all together and think that it all makes sense when it's something
This
simple.
I love the speculation, but I think you kind of need part 3 to understand the whole story.
Part
Do you know the
3 is going to
solution to
change
this
the
one?
game.
Yeah, I briefed it.
What is it, John? John, what is it? Tell us.
I can't
He
tell
sips guiltily. You know it's true.
I've got another segment, but I don't want to lead or hog all of the segments. What do we got?
I think it's Colin's turn for a segment.
My segment
Colin's turn
is a segment where Colin takes his vitamins. There we
Everyone,
go.
shut up.
Let's see
Everyone,
what we
shut
got.
up and watch Colin take the vitamins.
Oh, 2 oranges today. That's pretty common.
Tell us what you're tasting right now, Colin.
It's sort of an orange flavor. I mean, they're pretty generic kind of gummy vitamins.
Those 2 gummies are gonna single-handedly beat up COVID. Like, they're just gonna strong arm them.
I did never get COVID, and I have been doing these vitamins for like a year now.
Correlation?
I'm gonna throw those vitamins at my girlfriend too, because she needs to eat them.
Is she ready for it?
Miss!
They
Whiffed
bounce
it.
off the floor.
What would you describe the mouthfeel being with these gummies, Colin?
Have you ever eaten a gummy bear?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Can you describe the
like a
mouthfeel
fruit
without...
Is it
fruit
in the
snack.
shape
Gotcha.
of a gummy bear? Is it?
No, it's just
It's got those like pointed arms.
They're all just like little gumdrops or something.
Little gumdrops. Very interesting. Are they dry? Are they a bit too dry? A little expired, or are they?
They're not dry. I mean, they got a moistness to them.
Nice and freshly fluffed. It's like a fresh gummy. Good stuff.
Could you review just every brand? Like, in one day you have like 100 vitamins and you just review 100 vitamin brands?
To go to the hospital overdosing on all the vitamins.
At the hospital, you're like, oh, that one was great.
He overdosed on too much vitamin C.
They're probably in my stomach now, but honestly, I think that last one was pretty good.
It had a bit of a juicy center. It was amazing.
When my vision
Top
was going
notch.
black, I could taste the grape just enough that I think it was pretty good.
Top notch vitamin. Top notch.
And that's been Colin's segment.
Comes.
That's what you get for making me do a segment on the fly.
All right, let's just get this mystery over, I guess.
All right. Wait, didn't...
No
Let's do it.
way.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With Tofu dragging along, they headed on to the kitchen and found Annie's mother with flour on her nose from baking biscuits for the chili. Pans in the sink and the most pleasant smell coming from a big pot on the stove, but no keys. Not on the counters, the table, not anywhere. Grandpa scowled. They can't just vanish. They have to be here, somewhere. Grandpa frowned at Tofu, sitting at his feet. His key did have that big leather holder, and Tofu did like to play. What do you have to say for yourself, pup? Annie tugged at his sleeve. Grandpa leaned down, and she whispered something in his ear. Oh, he blinked, surprised as a smile crept onto his face. Well, that could be. He glanced out the window and nodded. I think Nancy Drew has cracked the case, he told his daughter. He gave Tofu another look, and the little beagle, thinking, maybe now, finally, at last, a biscuit was coming, gave a tentative wag of his tail. Where were the missing keys?
Michael had them. And also we were wrong about it not explicitly saying that
Hey,
Tofu was a dog, because I do
it could
think
be
it was a beagle earlier.
It did say it was a beagle, but a beagle could be anything. You know.
Hey, we're seeing through the creature's eyes, so maybe the horse just identifies as a beagle or something.
That's true. All right, new canon.
I swear the mystery is just that Michael has the keys and he's out, so he has the car.
I thought it was based off the intro. I thought it was Tofu took them and they're in his mouth or something. But I thought that was way too easy. Michael makes more sense. It probably is
That's
Tofu.
very interesting.
Tofu the horse, though, the horse beagle.
We've got one Tofu and we've got one Michael.
The answer isn't even about the keys. He just looks at the answer and it says Tofu is a horse.
Did you buy this book? Did you read that mystery already, Colin?
Oh my god! Tell us.
The answer to the mystery is the keys were nowhere to be found in the house, nor was Grandpa's car in the drive.
Yeah.
That's because Michael had taken it to the grocery store to run the battery.
Got that shit part 1. Got that shit in part 1.
This is my God.
One thing I want to note about this answer is that they explicitly said Michael took it to the grocery store to run the battery.
Yeah.
Run the battery.
What's wrong with the battery? In what part of the mystery hinted at the fact that this was an old car that needed its battery to be run?
Yeah. Did they never foreshadow that? It's just like, oh man,
so.
my car is so old. If only Michael would take it to run the battery. Tofu.
We had to jumpstart the car, so might as well take it to the grocery store and let it run for a little bit.
At the grocery store.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. That was an
Top
easy
notch.
one.
You
Story.
solved the mystery. You're genuine Sherlock's over here. Well done.
I want a certificate.
If you want more mysteries, get in the comments, folks.
Who do you think did it? And do you think that Tofu is a horse?
Let us know.
Comment below. Fan art, please. Fan art of Tofu the horse.
Of Tofu the horse.
Oh man. Oh, I too. Oh no. Oh wait. I too have a thick Sharpie. As you do, Colin.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Check
Yeah?
this
I
out.
don't have a Sharpie.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Get out of here.
Yeah. All right. It's like
This
2001.
podcast has gone out of control. Okay.
Oh my god.
If no one else has something, I've got something.
All right.
You have another segment?
This is my last segment, so you better be prepared to control the show once I'm done with
All right.
this.
Okay.
Do you want a segment on the fly?
After this one.
Okay.
Ask questions. This is
Okay.
Ask Questions.
Yep.
Where I take questions from Ask Reddit subreddit and present them to you. I have some prepared here. The first one being, when you go done, 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 do you go high or low on the third done?
Low.
It
Can you
depends
give us an
on
example?
Wait, so people are going like, dun dun dun. Oh, I guess if it's like.
One is surprise, the other one is
one's
dread.
one's surprise, one is dread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Solved.
So
BuzzFeed solved.
Yeah.
So I guess in your day-to-day life, do you feel more suspenseful or more dread?
Dread.
Dread for sure.
So
Dread.
low,
Is
both
suspense
low.
and dread not sort of a bit of a synonym?
Well, one is like shock, like dun dun dun, and then the
guess.
other one is like your like bad dread, like dun dun dun, like oh crap, that just happened.
Like, for example, at the end of our mystery with the missing key, it would probably be dun dun dun
Yeah.
rather than dun dun dun.
Could somebody do high? What about high in the middle? Like you do a
Dun
pyramid.
dun dun.
Isn't that just like NBC? Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that's NBC's thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you
Yeah.
go. They cracked it.
I think I prefer the monotone dun dun dun.
I like it down at the beginning. Dun
Dun,
dun
dun,
dun. Dun dun dun.
The third one has to be the new theme song for the show because you cracked it.
Dun, dun, dun. Cool. Well, yeah, good answering that question. Next one. Which movie recommendation surpassed your expectations?
Jeez.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Are you guys familiar with The Greasy Strangler?
I've heard of it in passing.
Okay. So The Greasy Strangler is a horror film produced by none other than Elijah Woods, production company, Spectre Vision, I believe it's called. And Elijah Wood is notorious for loving horror films, and he made this delightfully quirky, somewhat a little bit obnoxious horror film about an old man who greases himself up at night and like just buck naked and murders people. I wasn't expecting much from the film, and you know, it surpassed it at least a little bit, my expectations.
Is it campy and self-aware, or is it super serious? Okay.
Yeah.
The Greasy Strangler is a super hardcore drama.
They knew what they were doing. It's definitely like a dark horror comedy. Yeah.
Okay. Space Sweepers. That one's super good if you haven't seen it yet. It just came out on Netflix. It's a Korean space western.
Oh yeah.
Like I thought it was just gonna be I feel like a lot of sci-fi 9 times out of 10 is pretty generic, but like this one really blew me away. It was actually really good. So
hell yeah.
There you go.
Colin?
Nothing.
Colin hasn't passed my expectations.
Colin hasn't seen a film in 28 years.
That might be
My
true.
God. Went negative years with the amount of years he's seen.
Let's see. I don't know. I don't know how to talk about anything. I don't know. I have none. Every movie I've ever seen lived up perfectly to my expectations of it.
Colin has his own Rotten Tomatoes. He knows exactly what it's rated before he's seen it.
He's never been surprised by a movie ever. It's either like, yep, I got everything I expected to get out of that movie. Goodbye.
Well, that's amazing. Honestly, I'm jealous. I'm a little jealous of that. Seems like a good way to live.
Top notch.
Right. Final question. You're a mad scientist.
As one is.
What scientific experiment would you run if money and ethics weren't an issue?
Well, this is going to take some doing.
I'd blow up the moon.
Okay, what's the goal there? Like, what's the purpose of blowing up the moon?
I think it would be really funny if the moon exploded.
You would throw off so many tides.
I know.
So many tides.
I know. It would be really bad. It would be really funny. But I'd market it as like I'd market it as something else. Like, it's like, this laser is going to be the first like connection between Earth and the moon, forever tethering us together, and then I just blow it up.
This is definitely not the crew to be discussing this in depth, but do you think if we blew up the moon, periods would no longer be existent? Like, would you destroy?
What?
John, where are you going with this? Like,
that's literally that's literally like a medieval level of understanding of what that is.
First of all, all right.
You know.
I think commas, question marks, exclamation points would still be around, but periods themselves, maybe even quotation marks.
John learned how they named it, like named the cycles and everything, and then he just stopped with any sort of other knowledge after that.
That's how it works, right? That's how women work. I'm going to save all womankind by destroying the moon and freeing them of their toils. You're welcome.
3 men discover how women work. The podcast.
Okay, my science experiment is teaching John basic sex ed.
You're mad. You're mad, man.
No.
Landon, any thoughts on your mad scientist experiment?
So in the reboot of Total Recall, stick with me here. They introduced a concept that I still to this day cannot get over, and it is an elevator from the United States to China through the center of the Earth. So I would build that, just make a giant, huge, But like the one in the movie is like a huge like train. Mine would literally be like a hotel elevator. Like 3 people can fit in it, and it just it would take like 6 hours. But then you finally get to China.
Oh my god, it would take. Is it going to elevator speed? Because that would take.
Yes.
So
Hey,
you would be down
ethics
there
aren't
for
a
like
question.
a week.
Ethics aren't a question, so yes. It would also be really hot, but like...
Better have a long elevator
Dead on the
playlist.
other side.
It opens up and it's cooked skeletons. You're just like, oh no, they didn't make it to the shareholder meeting.
I mean, this is why we experiment. This is why we do the test.
They didn't make it to the shareholder meeting 3 weeks ago when they went in the elevator.
Oh no, why didn't they fly? Why didn't they use their airline miles? Oh my god.
They tried to zoom, but there's no signal in the core of the Earth.
Wi-Fi is really bad around the upper crust, so
Yeah. Okay.
How about you, John? What's your experiment?
I was gonna do something boring about like teleporting and shit, but that's not like mad science.
So, you moved into the camera.
I literally have not moved. I have not moved.
The camera hasn't moved.
I've been on the edge of the bed this whole time. Are you telling me I've been in the background this whole time?
No, you just got into
I'm
it.
gonna kill you. I'm gonna shave your head.
All right. Well, anyways,
Hi, Cailyn. Hi,
that's
Cailyn.
just how that works.
they
that
need a
was-
moment.
And that was Cailyn's segment.
That was Cailyn. Cailyn yells at Colin the segment.
There you go.
I don't know. I think I'd do dinosaurs. You gotta do dinosaurs, right?
That's your no. Are you bringing them back versus like a la Jurassic Park, or literally just your experiment is dinosaurs?
Okay, my experiment is turning myself into a dinosaur.
That's better. All right, that's what we're talking about.
It's like a
Either-
Spider-Man villain.
Either full-on dinosaur or like
mean the lizard? Yeah.
Minotaur-esque, where it's like top half is me, bottom half is dinosaur.
Could you be John Velociraptor Mulm? Could that be the?
I mean, it works for me.
Doesn't fit with your
Yeah,
Minotaur idea, but
I'd turn people into dinosaur monsters.
I do think that is a Spider-Man villain, very literally. Have
The
you
lizard?
ever seen the meme where he's like, it's like, I think it's Spider-Man, where Spider-Man is like, you're such a genius scientist, why don't you use all this knowledge to turn, or to like cure cancer? And he's like, I don't want to cure cancer, I want to turn people into dinosaurs. That's literally something.
if ethics
What's
aren't a
wrong with
question,
You know, there are some villains in comics and movies that you just kind of have to stop and think, they're onto something. And that guy was onto something.
like Doc Ock, whose whole
Ock.
plan was make robot arms to go around his other arms.
Exactly. Yeah.
His whole
the robot
experiment
arms are
was
evil.
What if I had 4 extra arms, but then the arms are evil? They're evil and alive.
Sorry to Doc Ock, but I'm built different. I wouldn't have made him evil.
Well, they turned. Being evil was the only way to get the AI to work. Don't you remember the movie?
Evil is the only way robots work.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I love how all AI given free range, just instantly the needle goes to evil. Like no AI was like, I might be a good guy. Just like, what? I'm free. I'm evil.
I bet you AI would turn people into dinosaur monsters.
They would.
Yeah.
They would also blow up the moon to get rid of female problems.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, that was Ask Questions.
Very good.
Featuring
And,
Cailyn's segment.
Yeah.
Hey, what do we got? What's up, John?
Oh,
What's the actual last segment?
Okay. All right. We've got one last segment, our favorite one, which is Let's Make That Movie. Let's make that movie. Landon,
and then we
are you
make a
familiar-
movie.
Yeah. Landon, are you familiar with how we play this game?
I'm not. Could you give me a brief log line really fast?
So let's make this movie is a concept where we work together. We fill in the prompts of protagonist, antagonist, setting, genre, conflict, and theme.
Mm-hmm.
Each of us will fill in 2 of those, unbeknownst to the other hosts, and then we'll come together, put those prompts together, and kind of work through, break that story down to see like how it would work and how we would make that movie. So I'm filling out 2 prompts right now, and then I will go to you, Landon, and Colin will take his earphones off so he doesn't hear anything.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So
All
you
right.
tell them to me? Okay.
Landon, we need a protagonist and a conflict.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go with. Do you want like an actor or literally just a character name?
It can be a character name, actor, anything you want.
All right. A full CGI recreation of Keanu Reeves.
Is it voiced by Keanu or is it just
Yes.
someone's best guess?
Yeah, he doesn't have to be CGI, but he is.
Okay, so voiced by Keanu. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and then conflict.
Okay, the conflict will be the gold rush.
Interesting. Okay. Wait. The conflict is Gold Rush. Can you give me a little more?
The getting out to the gold rush, it's the second gold rush. It just started in 2030.
Okay.
And he's gotta get out west.
He's gotta get out west. Gotta get that gold. Manifest
Son of-
destiny, baby. Okay. All right. So we'll wave Colin back in. You don't have to take your headphones off.
Oh, okay.
All right, Colin.
Was that a 501st?
What's up?
Yeah, man.
So we need a genre and a theme. I feel like start.
I was trying to do a bit with the camera, but I can't get the perspective right.
Colin's getting raided by Stormtrooper.
See
Okay.
if I can
It's
figure it out
it's a clone trooper, but
Yeah,
like
come
we don't
on,
have to
man.
get into
What?
there.
Hey guys, I'm no expert on Star Wars.
I don't know. I can't do it.
This is the next 45 minutes is figuring out the Force perspective.
Okay. Genre and theme.
Genre and theme.
Yes, sir.
The genre is spy.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay.
All right.
And the theme is never let go of the ones you love.
Good theme, good moral. We can all learn from it.
Okay. Of the things you love?
Of the ones you love.
The one that makes more sense.
What if the ones you love are things?
Okay. I think we've got something interesting here. Here are our elements. We've got a protagonist, which is CGI Keanu Reeves. Didn't have to be CGI, but he is. The antagonist is a half robot, half dinosaur. The setting is a fancy new car. The genre is spy. Conflict, the second gold rush in 2030. And the theme, never let go of the ones you love. Incredible. Okay.
We got ourselves a script. Sounds like we got ourselves a road trip movie. Like, settings a car, getting out west.
Spy road trip. Yeah.
A spy road trip movie in the second gold rush.
The car is the spy car, right? It's like his spy gadget car.
Oh, it got gadget cars? Ooh,
Yeah.
He's got ejectable seats in it. He's got those oil spills and all that good jazz. He can turn into a submarine. You know it.
And then the half
For when you
robot,
need to.
half. What's the robot? Or no, sorry. What's the dinosaur?
That's the antagonist, right?
Sure.
Okay.
We've got some options. We've got the sauropods, which are the long neck, huge dinosaurs. We've got theropods, which I believe are the two-legged ones, like T-Rex. We've got hadrosaurs and stuff like that, which are like the duck-billed ones. I don't know. What are we thinking? The raptors?
I think
raptor seems too obvious.
I think, but I think
It should be a really...
right? Because he's like about a human size.
Sure. Yeah, he's manageable for a human. That's fair.
Is he like
It
a
should be the
half
long
robot,
neck.
half dinosaur? Like, and he's also like the Moneybags owner of the mine, the gold mine.
Yes. Yes.
Get back to work.
The robot has so many like graphics cards plugged into him. Like, this is the future's version of I don't know, Bitcoin mining, but for I don't know.
But it's the gold rush. But it's the
It's the gold rush.
Yeah, the digital gold rush. Yeah, there we go.
Bitcoin mine.
Everyone's rushing to Silicon Valley.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Should never have worked in the mines. I got digital lung now.
Oh no.
Everyone's like
man.
dressed up, like covered in coal, just like typing behind a computer or some shit.
Oh man.
God. What is CGI Keanu Reeves doing traveling across the country? Why does he need to travel across the country?
He's got to get there before all the Bitcoin's gone.
Well, he's a spy, right? He has to he has to infiltrate the Bitcoin mine or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Stop
It's a
the
Bitcoin spy ring.
Here's a thought. So he has to travel by car because all of the other forms of transportation are like run by this AI system so that they don't run into each other. But Dinosaur Robot can like hack into it and control those. So he needs to get like a gasoline powered car.
It's an old pickup truck.
Yeah. And just travel old school, cross country.
And he has to, but he can't let go of the ones he loves. So he has to have somebody back at the spy agency that he just can't leave behind. So they have to come with. Yeah,
at the end of the movie, when like the robot dinosaur like falls into whatever the pit of despair is, or dies, they're like, "Oh, CGI Keanu Reeves, you'll take up the reins and like be the leader of the Bitcoin mine, right?" He's like, "No, I
can't let go of the ones."
I gotta go take care of my dog or some shit.
Yeah,
I gotta go back to Maine, where I came from.
Yeah,
Get back to my roots.
To my hometown of CGI Maine.
Wow. I think we've broken all of it already. Is there anything else we need to add? Never let go of the ones you love. Gold Rush 2030. What are they trying to do with all the Bitcoin?
Save the planet.
What do you do with Bitcoin? Like,
What do you do with
You just
Bitcoin?
kind of sit on it as it gets more and more expensive.
And
It's
then
just
you
sort of
sell
a nebulous thing you own that can't be used to buy anything despite it being a currency. The only thing you can buy with it is drugs.
So Aspiring is sitting on all the Bitcoin and it's getting all the value, so he has to go get it so that other people can have some of the value.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh shit. All of the people working, like CGI Keanu Reeves could like convince the people working underneath half robot, half dino to like turn on him and start, because I'm sure half robot, half dino is like storing Bitcoin somehow in a database on its person, so they're hacking into half robot, half dino, and like that's where his power comes from. So he's like draining them of his lifeblood, which is Bitcoin.
Yeah. It's like, what was that one Justin Timberlake movie?
About
Where's
time.
the
Or,
time?
no, out of what was that called? In Time? Was that what it
Time?
called?
Something
In
like
Time.
that. I think it might have been In Time.
Currency is
Your life.
yeah.
Oh
Everyone
my
has
Everyone has a clock on
set-
that.
Everyone has a
Right.
clock, a set amount of hours that they're allowed to live, and poor people don't have as many hours. Rich people live forever, and then
Wow.
Justin Timberlake has to break the system. So everyone
He goes
in
into
this
a
universe,
time. He literally robs a time bank.
So he's murdering people in a bank? Like, he's
Like,
essentially
he goes into a
stealing
bank and
people's
it's like,
lives.
this is where all the time is.
so maybe everyone has a set amount of Bitcoin in their life. Like it's a Bitcoin
Right.
clock, and they're all sitting on it, and Robo Dino is draining all the Bitcoin life.
Incredible. What do we name this film?
The gold standard.
The Gold Standard. That's pretty good. I like that standard.
Sometimes I have to deep pull these.
From the
Deep pull
subconscious.
The title. Dinosaur. Dino. Let's see. Gold.
Po-
Gold. Bit.
Point Break 2.
Oh, this is hard. It's hard to pull something for this. It's
John Wick 2030.
It's like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle versus Mater one we had, where it's like you could title this nothing. And there's no good title for this.
Exactly.
John Wickcoin.
John
John Wick
Witcoin. There we go.
Witcoin.
Yeah, I'm
John
good with that.
Wickcoin.
John Wick coin.
There
What's
you go.
its tagline?
I'm gonna
Feed the-
kill
feed
this
the
fucking
beast.
dinosaur.
Every bit counts. Every bit counts.
Every Bitcoin.
Every bit counts. There you go.
Every bit counts.
John
Wickcoin.
Wickcoin. Every bit
Bit
counts.
counts. That is.
I'm pre buying those tickets.
You're
ready
seeing
for
the
the
poster
one,
now.
Just another tagline popped in my head.
Okay.
Killing this dinosaur bit by bit. That's my secondary one.
I'm writing that down.
That's it. That's the
Incredible.
review on the back from like the Chicago Times.
Yeah.
He killed that dinosaur
So
bit by bit.
Wow. What a show. Incredible. Well done. Oh man, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you all for watching the Good Comedy Podcast. This has been a blast. Once again, my name is Colin,
I'm John.
and we'd like to thank our special guest, Landon, for showing up today. Landon, if there's anything you would like to plug now is the time.
Nope. I'm Landon.
All right.
That's about it.
Yeah.
check out his podcast, Cultural Osmosis, and his YouTube. That's it.
Just shot a sequel to Spider-Man in the Neighborhood. That'll be up in about 6 months.
Yeah.
But
You'll find the
there you
links
go.
in the description as well.
Mhm.
But other than that, thank you, listeners, for listening to us. John, is there anything we need to talk about for good comedy at all?
Hey guys, if you liked what you saw, and if you're familiar with some of our skits, maybe consider liking and subscribing. It really helps us out. If you want to give us a comment, tell us what you want to see next. Also, we've got a Patreon. We'll get better at posting stuff. There's stuff on there. We'll be better at posting it. What would you like to see? Maybe we can cater to that. I think that's it. I think that's all we got. Follow our Instagram, our Twitter. Do we have a Tumblr? I don't think so.
No.
But that's pretty much it. We really appreciate it.
Well, yes. Thank you all for listening. Again, it has been a blast, and have a happy birthday. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy birthday.
Who's
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.